I'm very happy to be here today to give you a little bit of an overview on what my journey with TTP looked like and also what it resulted in. And for that, I would like to give you some background information. So I'm in the 8th semester of what could best be described as a double degree in strategy and international management. And I applied to some of the universities already that I would like to pursue my master's program in. And one of them included the University of St. Gallen. And just as a quick icebreaker, I just got my acceptance letter today, so I am very happy to share all of my insights with you all and to really showcase that TTP has very tangible results and I will tell you all about how it's really helped me to achieve the results that I needed. So my first GMAT mock test score was around 665, and that was back in December 2023, and it really helped me get a good feeling for what the exam was. However, I remember that I ran into many exercises that I was completely unfamiliar with, and I didn't know how to approach. And of course, you can really work your way through it, but the GMAT is designed in a way that you will simply not have time if you don't know how to approach it. And I knew that I need something to really not only make sure that I will score well on the actual exam, but that I score better than the 665, which I believe is already a very good score. I just wanted to make the best out of it. And then the final GMAT score after TTP was 725 with a Quant of 87, verbal 89, and data insights 82. And probably you will be seeing the data insights 82 and be like, okay, what went wrong? It is a funny story. It is not TTP's fault at all, but I will be telling you about that. And so this application deadline for the University of St. Gallen was on the 31st of January. And so I needed to send everything already, including my GMAT score. That meant that in October 2023, I already started doing research. What will I need to submit? What other maybe exams like the GMAT exam I have to do? What are the options there? And I decided to do the GMAT Focus because I am much more interested in the new data insights section, which doesn't really matter anymore because the GMAT Focus is the only GMAT that you can take from now on. And so I decided to do that. But at the same time, I knew that I am studying in a very specific way. And I study much better if I combine the theory with practice. And the more I combine the theory with practice, the better I study, the more beneficial it is for me. And so at first I was looking for books. And there's 800 pages, 900 pages of very useful material, extremely useful material. However, I knew that next to my exchange, because at the time I was in Australia on my double degree, I am not sure if I want to spend 8-9 hours a day just reading through these books, because on average, that's how much it would have taken me to go through the books. And so I made a decision, which could be a little bit of a controversy. I decided to postpone my preparation for the GMAT a little bit until I had more time, but then do it full time. So in the end, I did 1 month full-time preparation for the GMAT Focus. And I decided to do it with target test prep. And the reason why I decided it, the way I came across target test prep was I looked online for the best GMAT online courses. And everywhere I looked, I really used multiple sources. I saw that it is target test prep that I should be taking. And there were multiple reasons for that. If you are considering TTP, the most important things I can tell you is that it is amazingly personalized. It manages everything to your expectations, the study plan, the time schedule. It has personal advice based on your performance. It checks your errors and logs them for you. There's so many things about it. And these small things, which are actually not that small, are the things that make the difference when you're actually going and doing the GMAT exam. And in retrospective, I would choose TTP again, 100%. And even though I used it for only 1 month, from the end of December until before my exam in the end of January, it helped me with all of these that I mentioned before. So really time management, prioritizing what I should do, still giving me freedom on, okay, now I'm gonna do practice tests, or am I gonna do another round of theory? Am I gonna do the next chapter, or watch some video on explanations? It gave me the freedom, and this is, I think, very important. It gave me the freedom so I can implement my own style of studying with their carefully engineered system. And this combination really, really brings out the best in anyone, really independent from their academic or personal backgrounds. And so it's as I mentioned before, it really helped me apply theory into practical exercises, such as during the chapters, because the TTP is built into I think almost 40 chapters, many of them educational chapters and some exam chapters. And the educational chapters, when you go through the theory, you usually get at least one, but often multiple example questions, which then really show you how the GMAT is gonna ask for that theory that you were learning. And you're already learning it also through practical examples. So I think TTP worked really well for my personal style, but as I said, with the freedom that it also offers, it can work well for, I would say, almost everyone. And I would probably say everyone. And the biggest difference that TTP made, I think, if I had to summarize this, it is that it's very dynamic, very personalized. It is very accessible. So I was starting in Australia, and then I moved back to Europe. I could practice from anywhere, anytime. Then the combination of the theory and practice, which I don't want to say too many times, but that's what made the biggest difference for me. So my journey with TTP, if I had to summarize the whole thing, was probably first the 5-day free trial, which I really want to emphasize. It helped me try out the program if it fits, and if I can really make something out of it. That I did back in October. Then I decided I really liked it. Then in December I bought the program for 1 month, and I just really tried going through as many chapters as possible, while at the same time really doing them carefully. So I did everything from reading the theory, doing the example questions, doing the practice tests, doing the error checks. So as mentioned before, they log your errors, and you can really go through them and see what was your mistake, what you have to pay attention to more in the next exercises, and so on. And I got to roughly 60-70% of the course by 2 days before my actual exam. And that was I would say it was a mix of some issues. The thing is, this 1 month preparation included my flight back home, and it was already, like, there were some obstacles such as moving. You have to pack stuff, you have to say goodbye to people, and I really underestimated how much time it would take me to really get through it. And that really ties, I think, and before I say the personal advice regarding that, I was not able to finish the data insights section. I actually wasn't able to start it. However, I really went through the key insights of the data insights chapters, which I cannot thank TTP enough for, because they make it also possible for you to just really get the top level overview of a chapter and go through the most important insights. And whenever I saw, okay, that's something I don't really know, I could just go and check it in detail, or do some practice tests in that topic that TTP provides. And that ties really well into the advice that I would like to give you. First of all, follow the study plan. Scott, who is the founder CEO of TTP, always says in the welcome, in the introduction video, hello, just make sure to follow the study plan. And I totally agree with that, because that is something that is engineered really in a way that it works perfectly if you do put in the effort and the time. It's the chapters of building blocks that build upon each other, and following the study plan will ensure that you make the best out of TTP. And probably next to TTP, you're wondering, what else do I need to do? If you have TTP and you also have the free mock exams from registering to the GMAT exam, you probably don't need anything else. I wouldn't personally focus on anything else. I would try to focus all that energy and time you have to TTP. And the second advice I would have is to really, how could I say, don't think that you have enough time, even if you have enough time. The problem is I underestimated how long it will take, and so I ran out of time. But fortunately, it wasn't impairing my score too much. I would really emphasize this. You need to put enough time aside for preparing for a GMAT exam. And I would say I studied for around 6 hours on average a day for 1 month, if I average it out with the flight and everything. And that includes practice exams, practice tests, mock exams, and so on. And you see, I only got 2/3 of the way. I would say use that as a base. And let's say if you have 3 months to prepare, which is amazing, then you will know, okay, how many hours would I roughly need daily to prepare for the TTP. But I actually think that TTP also tailors the study plan in a way that it tells you how much you need to do per day if you tell them when your exam is going to be. And another thing regarding the lessons, I would not rush through them. You know, many people just see the theory. Okay, I know this. Skip. Practice questions. Oh, I made like 5 errors out of 10 questions, 5 mistakes. And I would say, even if it's the most evident stuff, just read through it, take the time, do the practice examples, and that basis is going to be worth just as much, if not more, than the actual very specific knowledge. So I would really recommend not rushing through anything. Read the theory, go through the example questions, do the practice tests. Maybe if you have time, even the challenge tests, which are at the end of the hard tests. But I would definitely not rush through it. And lastly, I would like to say that something that really helped me was visualizing success. And I would like to recommend you to just imagine how happy you will be if you get your dream score, and even more if you get into your dream graduate program or anything that you need your GMAT for. And if you imagine that and this happy feeling, you get this happy feeling, then you're going to be able to turn this into motivation. And this motivation will help you push through all of the obstacles and all of the stressful periods that are going to occur evidently throughout the preparation. And to summarize it, my journey with TTP and my application was fortunately a big success for me. And I was very happy with how everything turned out. And TTP definitely played a major role in it. And in any case, I would just repeat myself, in whatever background you have, from a personal perspective, from an academic perspective, I think that TTP can really help you bring out the best performance in you regarding the GMAT. And with that, I also wish you the best of luck. And I hope I could help you with this little overview. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me.